أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Please recite الصلوات. Happy Eid to all of brothers and sisters. We will start the program by reciting Surah Al-Rahman. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجن من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبقيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان سنفرغ لكم أيها الثقلان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فإذا انشقت السماء فكانت وردة كالدهان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيومئذ لا يسأل عن ذنبه إنس ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يعرف المجرمون بسيماهم فيؤخذ بالنواصي والأقدام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هذه جهنم التي يكذب بها المجرمون يطوفون بينها وبين حميم آن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ولمن خاف مقام ربه جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ذواتا أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان تجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هل جزاء الإحسان إلا الإحسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ومن دونهما جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مدهامتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان نضاختان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما فاكهة والنخل ورمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن خيرات حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان حور مقصورات في الخيام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على رفرف خضر وعبقري حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان تبارك اسم ربك ذا الجلال والإكرام صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد
Ahsan, thank you for reciting Surah Rahman. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you all for attending program Dua Kumail as well as the main speech for tonight and the program in order to celebrate the wiladat of our 8th Holy Imam, Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Inshallah, before Sheikh's main speech, we'll just have a short poetry recitation by Brother Pervez. So please welcome him with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Sorry, the poetry is in Urdu. Salawat. پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے حاضری در رضا کے لیے سانس کیا روح بھی ترستی ہے وادی کم تیری ہوا کے لیے پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے مشہد و اصفہان قم شیراز مشہد و اصفہان قم شیراز ہر طرف ہیں دیے ضیا کے لیے پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے اب کہ ایسا بھی ہو امام رضا اب کہ ایسا بھی ہو امام رضا جاؤں مشہد سے کر بلا کے لیے پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے کھل رہے ہیں جو لب ہے تصور میں آستان رضا ہے تصور میں آستان رضا کھل رہے ہیں جو لب ثنا کے لیے پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے ہے ضمانت امام ضامن کی ہے ضمانت امام ضامن کی گویا دیوار ہر بلا کے لیے پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے اے ظفر مل گیا ہمیں سب کچھ اے ظفر مل گیا ہمیں سب کچھ لب ہلے بھی نہ تھے دعا کے لیے پھر ہوں بے چین اس عطا کے لیے
Thank you, Brother Pervez. Inshallah, with that, we'll invite Sheikh to the member. So please welcome Sheikh with Salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
نصلي على محمد وآل محمد. Again, for the well-being of our community and community members, those who may be ill in our community, salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And an even louder salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad for the hastened reappearance of Imam Zaman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. دليلا على آلائه وعظمته. ثم صلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين. أرواحنا له فدا. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فلولا كانت قرية آمنت فنفعها إيمانها إلا قوم يونس لما آمنوا كشفنا عنهم عذاب الخزي في الحياة الدنيا ومتعناهم إلى حين. صدق الله علي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. First and foremost, I congratulate all of you on the auspicious occasion that we have come to celebrate, and that is the birthday, the wiladat of Imam Ali ibn Musa Rida alayhi afdal salatu wassalam. Our eighth Imam, who was born on the 11th of Dhul Qa'dah, on the 11th of Dhul Qa'dah. And today is actually the 10th or the eve of the 11th of Dhul Qa'dah. So inshallah we'll be celebrating the birth of Imam Ali ibn Musa Rida alayhi afdal salatu for these next few days. But tonight I want to also complete, or at least the 11th section of the tafsir of Surah Yunus, which ends with verse 60 and 61. As we mentioned, and inshallah we'll take some inspiration as well from the life of Imam Rida alayhi afdal with regards to these verses and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He states therein. As we mentioned that earlier in the section, this 11th section of Surah Yunus, as we have sectioned them off into several sections and groups of verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He speaks about the Quran, and this Quran as being a guide for mankind. Specifically, He says that the Quran, and He gives 4 attributes and qualities of the Quran, which are also the 4 methods, as we mentioned, or 4 means towards human perfection. That if we follow these paths towards completing ourselves spiritually and mentally, that we would have gained from the guidance of the Quran. So He stated that the Quran is maw'idah, that the Quran has been sent as maw'idah, and as shifa'un lima fi sudur. It is a warning, it is that which gives advice, the best advice. It is that which is a cure for what is in the hearts, or what is in the chest. It is hudan, it is guidance, and it is rahmah. And although the Quran is these things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sent it for that reason, to provide for us a advice, to provide for us a guide and guidance within our life. He provided for the cure for the illness or spiritual illnesses, shifa'u lima fi sudur, and also as a source of mercy, that He has given it to us, to mankind in its entirety. But unfortunately, some individuals, they have belied this. They have rejected the Quran, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has stated in some of the previous verses. And He reiterates this in verse 60. He says, وَمَا ظَنُّ الَّذِينَ يَفْتَرُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ الْكَذِبَ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. He says, and those individuals who have belied this Quran and this revelation and the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, what will they do and what will they be thinking on the Day of Judgment? That when they will see at that moment that everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has sent forth is true, but they have rejected it. They did not take that guidance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He continues to say, He states, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَذُو فَضْلًا عَلَى النَّاسِ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ لَا يَشْكُرُونَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has been graceful and kind to mankind. However, most of mankind are not grateful. They're ungrateful. They're ungrateful for the guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided for them in the Quran. The guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided to them through the Prophet himself and through his Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdhalu salatu wasalam, who they represent the Quran itself. Yes, and the Quran is Samit. It doesn't speak. We have to read. We have to understand this Quran. As Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi afdhalu salatu wasalam, he stated, and we mentioned it in our last speech, Imam Ali, he says, فَكُونُوا حَرَثَةَ الْقُرْآنِ, to be those individuals who harvest the Quran, who plant the Quran in their heart and harvest it and allows it to grow. So in that way, in that manner, that you can perhaps reflect and be like the Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdhalu salatu wasalam, who are the walking, talking, and breathing Quran. That when you look at their lives, that they resembled the Quran. They reflected the Quran in their every action. And this was something that one of the forerunners for the Abbasid Khalifa, Ibrahim ibn Abbas as-Suli, that he was someone who was very much in favor of the Abbasid Khilafah during the time of Imam Rida alayhi salatu wasalam. But whenever he spoke about the Imam, he says that whenever he saw the Imam, no one knew Quran better than he. And he said that quite often, Ma'mun would always test the Imam. And of course, Ma'mun, he was known as one of the individuals who founded this concept or this institution, which later became known as Baytul Hikmah. Ma'mun kind of laid the foundations for that. Baytul Hikmah, where scholars would come and they would discuss and they would debate. So Ma'mun, he would have Imam Rida alayhi wasallam invite scholars, who were Christian, Jewish, even different Muslim scholars to come and to debate and to sit and to have discussion. And so Ibrahim ibn Abbas, he said that whenever Imam Rida alayhi wasallam, he would answer and he would even speak, or he would bring an example, he said it was all based on Quranic concepts and ideas. So one of the things we need to ask is that, well, what did the Imam do that he knew the Quran in such a manner? And we'll speak about that a bit. So those individuals who rejected the Quran, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that what will they do on Yawm al-Qiyamah? And of course, these are among those individuals who were not grateful. These individuals who were ungrateful for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had provided them in the Quran and in the example of the Prophet and his Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdhalu wasalam. Thereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, وَمَا تَكُونُ فِي شَأْنٍ وَمَا تَتْلُو مِنْهُ مِنْ قُرْآنٍ وَلَا تَعْمَلُونَ مِنْ عَمَلٍ إِلَّا كُنَّا عَلَيْكُمْ شُهُودًا إِذْ تُفِيضُونَ فِيهِ وَمَا يَعْزُبُ عَنْ رَبِّكَ مِنْ مِثْقَالِ ذَرَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا فِي السَّمَاءِ وَلَا أَصْغَرَ مِنْ ذَلِكَ وَلَا أَكْبَرَ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He states that though individuals have rejected this, though individuals have been ungrateful for that gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent to them, particularly in the Quran, and also I would say that in the Quran, which is a living example for them, in the Prophet, in the Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdhalu salatu wassalam. Your position may be with regards to these things, whatever you may read from the Quran, he says, all of this is being witnessed by us, that we see, that we understand. So not even an atom amount, not even a small atom eludes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's purview, eludes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's supervision, that He sees everything, whether it's big or small, in the heavens and in the earth. And everything is recorded. Everything is taken account of. It is fi kitabin mubin. I don't want to explain this kitabun mubin, but there are different interpretations of that. One of the interpretations is our book of deeds, if we're talking about our specific actions, that everything is recorded in our book of deeds, fi kitabin mubin. Or some say, fi lawhim mahfuz. And in any case, that it is recorded and Allah sees it. That whatever we do, whatever we, and He specifically writes, and whatever we recite from the Quran. And this is one of the things I want to focus on, because as we mentioned, that the Quran is maw'idah, it is that which is a warner and a bringer of good tidings to us, is that which gives us the best advice for our life. It is that which is a cure for what is in our hearts. It is that which is a guidance for us, huda. It is that which is a source of mercy for us. So whatever we do, whatever position we take with regards to the Quran, whatever we recite of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's witness of that. So how should we be with regards to the Quran? The best example, or at least one of the best examples that I can think of, is that of Imam Ali ibn Musa Ridha alayhi afdhalu salatu wassalam, who we are coming to celebrate his birthday. This individual, as we mentioned, Ibrahim ibn Abbas, although he was in favor of the Abbasids, again, he testified. He says, yes, no one knew the Quran better than Imam Ridha alayhi afdhalu salatu wassalam. And he stated that Imam Ridha, that every 3 days, he would complete the recitation of the Quran. Some of us, we struggle in the month of Ramadan just to complete the Quran once in 30 days. We're reciting 1 juz a day. But the Imam Ridha, alayhi wasallam, every 3 days, he recited the Quran. And he started over from the beginning, and to complete it every 3 days. So he's reading basically 10 juz a day to complete it in 3 days. And perhaps in the presence of this Ibrahim bin Abbas, Imam Ridha alayhi wasallam, he told him, he says, لو أني أردت أن أختمه في أقرب من 3 لختمته. He says, if I wanted to, I could read the Quran and finish it in less than 3 days. But why was the Imam reciting and completing in 3 days? So if he wanted to, he can complete it even before 3 days. Perhaps in 1 day. But this shows the relationship that the Imam alayhi wasallam had with the Quran. That he was someone who was constantly with the Quran. Every moment that he got, he would perhaps read the Quran. in our day-to-day affairs in life, then one question we need to ask ourselves that how often do we pick up the Quran to read the Quran? Or if we have a few moments, we have spare time, that whether we choose to read some of the Quran or we choose to take the remote control in our hand and flip through channels or console and start playing that. We should take just a few moments. Faster than that. He says, but to بآية إلا فكرت فيها في أي شيء أنزلت وفي أي وقت. He says that the reason why he would take 3 days to read the Quran, through the Quran, he says because every verse that I came across, I would take a moment and I would reflect about the Quran in that ayah. I reflect about that ayah and what has it been revealed for and when has it been revealed. So subhanAllah, that the Imam, he's not simply speed reading through the Quran. He's reading it and he's reflecting on each ayah. He says, مَا مَرَرْتُ بِآيَةٍ قَطْ. Not simply reading it and stopping at 1 or 2 ayahs. No, he says every single ayah. That he stops and he takes a moment and he reflects in that. And with that, he's still reciting 10 juz a day. Reflecting in the Quran. And perhaps if we say, okay, well, we may not have that much time. But at least one ayah we can do a day. Read the ayah. Reflect on the ayah. That what is this ayah trying to tell me? That how can I benefit from this ayah? What is the advice that this ayah is giving me? Al-maw'idah that this ayah is giving me. What is the element, the spiritual element that this verse it is curing? Because as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He says that He has revealed to you that which is al-maw'idah, that which is shifa. What is the guidance that I can receive from this ayah? The Quran is al-huda, as He said. And how do I benefit from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy? Because the Quran also is ar-rahmah. These are the 4 qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He explained about these verses. So Imam Rida alayhi wasallam, he says that in every verse that he reflected upon. And if we are truly the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi wasallam, then we should learn from this inspiration. We should take this guidance from the Imam. We should appreciate this gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. A gift that is, again, the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Al-Quran wal-Itra, the thaqalain, the 2 weighty things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. And alhamdulillah, we are those individuals who are fortunate to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has placed His guidance, He has placed the example for us in the Quran and in the Ahlul Bayt alayhi wasallam. We are fortunate to understand that. But since from the very beginning, we know that when the rights of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi wasallam was usurped, that you then had people who became confused, or some individuals who may have known, but then they did not want to accept this reality. But alhamdulillah, we accepted this reality. This is something that even in the time of Ma'mun, who was the 7th Khalifa of the Abbasids, and the 7th Khalifa of the Abbasids. And it's important to understand this because the Abbasid dynasty rose up in the name of Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salatu wasalam. They said that, well, the Umayyads, they usurped the rights of the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we are rising up to give them their rights back. But they went through 7 khulafa and still had not given the rights back to the Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salatu wasalam. Since the time of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, so Imam Sadiq, Imam Musa Kadhim, and then Imam Ali ibn Musa Rida. So 3 of the, again, they basically missed 3 opportunities to actually really, by the time of Ma'mun, to hand the authority back over to the Ahlul Bayt. And Ma'mun, his plan was at least to make an apparent transfer of power, or beginning to transfer of power. And this is why he called Imam Rida alayhi wasalam to Khurasan and said that, well, you will be the Wali al-Amr, or Wali al-Ahd, the one who will be next in line to, again, to lead the Ummah. Of course, with the condition that he will remain alive, but we know what happened, and we know what Ma'mun was actually planning. Nonetheless, Imam Rida alayhi wasalam, he used that opportunity to ensure that everyone knew the station and the fadilat of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salatu wasalam. In fact, in one of the gatherings that Ma'mun he set up in order to discuss this issue, again, the whole, or at least part of the purpose, is not to give the Ahlul Bayt their authority or truly recognize their authority. So the question was posed to Imam Rida, and also what they say in the tradition, this is the ulama li-Iraq. But these individuals were perhaps or at least some of them were perhaps the followers of Abu Hanifa, because he was from Iraq. His, basically, where he was stationed was in Baghdad, and so this may be perhaps a sign that ulama Iraq, not simply those from different madhabs, which they may have been there, but also particularly those who were following the tradition of Abu Hanifa. And of course, Abu Hanifa was among the students of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. So the question was regarding verse, or at least part of the verse of Surah Al-Fatiha, so chapter 35 of the Quran, verse 32, wherein Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he states, this is, ثُمَّ أَوْرَثْنَا الْكِتَابَ الَّذِينَ إِسْتَفَيْنَا مِنْ عِبَادِنَا, that we have caused, or we have let our servants, at least the ones that we have selected among our servants, inherit the book, the Quran. This very Quran, which is a guidance to mankind. So our selected servants, they are the ones who have inherited this book. And so Ma'mun, he asked the ulama Iraq, he says, what do you say about this? And they said, well, this is with regarding to the Ummah. Anyone from among the Ummah, they are the inheritors of the book, meaning that they are the ones who understand the details of the Quran. And so he asks Imam Rida, he says, what do you think? So Imam Rida, he says, no. He says, I disagree with that. That those who have inherited the book, and those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has selected to inherit his book, meaning the understanding and comprehension of his book, is the Itrat al-Tahira, is the pure family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so they objected. They said, how is this? So Imam Rida, he says, well, he says, read the rest of the verse. He says, if it was the Ummah and everyone has inherited this book, anyone and everyone, he says, then why are some of them, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes, فَمِنْهُمْ ظَالِمٌ لِنَفْسِهِ, those who are oppressors of themselves, meaning those who sin. فَمِنْهُمْ ظَالِمٌ لِنَفْسِهِ وَمِنْهُمْ مُقْتَسِدٌ وَمِنْهُمْ سابق بالخيرات بإذن الله ذلك هو الفضل الكبير. He says, no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, yes, among those servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, you have different types. Who, yes, they have been delivered the book, but they're not the ones who inherited the book. He says, because some of them have oppressed themselves, meaning that they have sinned. And according to Imam Baqir alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, they're the ones who have rejected the Imam. And the Prophet of Allah, all of the Muslims, no matter what they follow, but it is stated that whoever does not know the Imam of their time has not truly stayed on the path of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, they may know some of the book, but they have not inherited the book. وَمُقْتَسِدٌ وَمِنْهُمْ مُقْتَسِدٌ, meaning those individuals who are muta'adil or mu'tadil, those individuals who, again, they don't go to one extreme or the other, but again, they are not those individuals who have inherited the book. According to Imam Baqir, he says these are the individuals who are arifun bil imam. So they have knowledge of the Imam. Why? Meaning that they know the al-muhkamat wa mutashabihat. But it has mutashabihat as well. It has things which are not clear. And the individuals who know that and who understand that is this group that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He explains in that verse, in verse 32 of Surah Al-Fatir. He says, وَمِنْهُمْ سَابِكُمْ بِالْخَيْرَاتِ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. Those individuals who are at the forefront of that which is good. سَابِكُونَ بِالْخَيْرَاتِ. And this is the Imam, according to Imam Baqir alayhi salatu wasalam. And Imam Rida, he says, and this is why, again, you read verse 32, 33 as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, جَنَّاتُ عَدْنٍ يَدْخُلُونَهَا جَنَّاتٌ يَدْخُلُونَهَا يُحَلَّوْنَ أَسَاوِرَ مِنْ ذَهَبٍ وَلُؤْلُؤًا وَلِبَاسُهُمْ فِيهَا حَرِيرٌ. He says that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He explains that those individuals, that they are in paradise, they are in Jannatul Adn, that they will go to paradise and they will be adorned with places of gold and pearls, and that their dress is silk. He says, this is not about all three of those categories. Not about those individuals who are dhalimun li nafsi. He says, so therefore, these individuals who inherit the book, they're not the ummah in general, but rather the itratul tahira, the Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salatu wassalam. And this is quite an interesting hadith, because in this hadith, in each example, Imam, he gives several verses. And these verses are good to know. For one, Surah Al-Fatir, which is chapter 35, verse 32 and 33, where Imam Rida alayhi wasallam, he establishes the imamat. He establishes the fadilat of the imamat. Thereafter, he points to verse 26 of Surah Al-Hadid. That's chapter 57 of the Quran, verse 26. And this is something that we all need to know, that, again, because today we still have individuals who they doubt in the imamat of Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salatu wassalam. But this is something that Imam Rida says is in the Quran, the very Quran, that everyone who says La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, that they accept, it is there. And we need to know this proof. So this itratul tahira, also Imam Rida alayhi salatu wasalam, in the discussion, he differentiates this itra from the rest of the ummah, because he was also asked, he was like, well, did not Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, did not he say that his itra, or his family, is his ummah? So the ummah of the Prophet is his family as well, or at least his followers. Because he was asked that, is itra, does it have the same meaning, or is the itra ahumul al, when we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, upon Muhammad and the progeny or the family of the Prophet Muhammad. So they said that we have a strong hadith that says that the Ali Muhammad is his ummah. Even Imam Sadiq alayhi wasallam, even in our own books, we have, when someone asks Imam Sadiq, he says, can I give the salawat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ahli bayti Muhammad? So Imam Sadiq says, no, don't give the salawat in that way. He says, because if you do, then that only encompasses the Ahl Kisa, and it excludes us, meaning the awlad of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein. It excludes us, and it excludes you as well. Because Al also means the followers. But there's a difference between those individuals who are Al, and they are part of the Itra, and those who are Al, they're from among Sa'ir Nas. They're among from the common individuals. So Imam Sadiq, Imam Rada alayhi wasallam, he says that if you say that this Al is also the Itra and it includes the Ummah, he says, oh, actually one question. He says that, and these are, again, the ulama, the fuqaha of Iraq. He says that, does the Ali Muhammad, is it haram for them to accept sadaqah? And they all said yes. So not only in our fiqh is the Ahlul Bayt, those individuals, it's haram for them to accept sadaqah. He says, and is it haram for the ummah to accept sadaqah? They all said no. He says, so this is the difference between the Ali Muhammad, which means the Itratul Tahira, and the rest of the individuals. There's a difference. So Imam Rida, he made it very clear for them. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he states in Surah Al-Hadid, he says, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ وَجَعَلْنَا فِي ذُرِّيَّتِهِمَا النُّبُوَّةَ وَالْكِتَابَ فَمِنْهُمْ مُهْتَدٍ وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ فَاسِقُونَ. He says, and just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he stated, and he says, and this selection is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen who he wants to put his guidance in. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he stated in Surah Hadid, verse 26, it says that, so chapter 57, 26, verse 26, he says that, and we have sent Nuh, and we have sent Ibrahim, and we have placed in their dhurriya, we have placed in their loins, among their offsprings, we have placed in it the Nabuwah, prophethood, and we have placed the book. We have given this book. The wahi, the revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who will carry the revelation among the children of Noah and the children of Ibrahim? And he says, and you will find that among them, even among the children, and the Imam alayhi wasallam, again, he is being very wise. Wise is because the Abbasids, one of their claims was that, well, we're also connected to the Prophet, and we have a right to leadership. And if we actually look at the poetry written during the time of the Abbasids, that there's actually a poetry that says that, well, no, actually, we as the children of Abbas, that we belong to the lineage of the uncle of the Prophet, that we actually have more right over those who claim to be the children of the Prophet through his daughter Fatima. Why? He says because the men have more right over that of the women. So he says, so our inheritance is actually better than theirs. Why? Because we're through the lineage of the uncle of the Prophet, Abbas. Whereas the claim for the Imams, he says, their claim is that they're from Fatima Zahra salamu alayhi. So this ayah, verse 26 of Surah Hadid, addresses that perfectly. He says, no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has placed the prophethood and he has placed the revelation in the offspring of Noah and Ibrahim. He says, but however, you'll see minhum muhtadin, and from among those offsprings, that some are guided rightly. وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ فَاسِقُونَ. However, many are led astray, are corrupt. And then Imam Rida alayhi afdal salatu wasalam, he says, didn't you remember the son of Noah? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised Noah, he says, we'll save your family. And then when Noah saw that, his son did not board the ship, the Safina, and then Noah, he said, oh Allah, you said you will save my family, but my son didn't come. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, oh Noah, he says, innahu amalu ghayru salih. He says, this one, he is not righteous. He is not serving. And yes, he's among the offspring of Noah. He's among the offspring of a prophet. Just as the Bani Abbas, they claim, but when you look at those who were salih and those who were not, those who held fast to the teachings of the Quran and the teachings of Rasulullah, that even those who were with the Bani Abbas, like Ibrahim ibn Abbas, he says that there was no one that was more knowledgeable of the Quran and no one who spoke from the Quran and gave examples from the Quran than Ali ibn Musa Rida alayhi afdal salatu wasalam. And so with that, we'll conclude the session, but to understand that the value of Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdal salatu wasalam, that this great barakah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us in the Quran, in the living Quran, which is the Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdal salatu wasalam. But it's up to us. We have to take that example. Be among those who Imam Baqir alayhi afdal salatu wasalam, he says that they were muqtadin. Yes, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he caused his servant to inherit the Quran. So yes, the Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdal salatu wasalam, that they are the primary inheritors of the Quran, that they understand the Quran. But if we are at least those individuals who are muqtadin, meaning those who know the value of our imams, hold fast to the imam, and learn from the imam, then insha'Allah that we will be those who will be guided correctly, guided aright. And I would say, like Imam Rida alayhi afdal salatu wasalam, hold fast to the Quran. And one of the practices that we should take away from this is that if we can't read the Quran in 3 days, the entire Quran, but at least every day, read something of the Quran. Every day, reflect upon that one verse, that part of a verse from the Quran, to gain guidance from it, to gain a cure for our spiritual ailments, and to connect to the rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He opens our hearts to the Quran, that He uses our body for the Quran, make us living, breathing, speaking Quran. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He enlightens our eyes with the Quran, illuminate our eyes with the Quran, and to cause our tongues to speak by the Quran, and to help us and to assist us with the Quran for as long as we live. For surely there is no power except with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma shrah bil Quran sudurina, wasta'mil bil Quran abdanina, ونور بالقرآن أبصارنا وأطلق بالقرآن ألسنتنا وعننا بالقرآن وعنا عليه ما أبقيتنا فإنه لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا واستر عيوبنا واقض حوائجنا واشف مرضانا وارحم أمواتنا وعجل فرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره والمستشهدين بين يديه وتحت لواء بحق محمد وآله الطاهرين. السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا صاحب السفينة. السلام عليك أيها المدفون في المدينة ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا بضعة رسول الله. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين وقرة عين الرسول ورحمة الله وبركاته.